The CHP were led on a high-speed chase in San Diego. We have the latest on the suspect and what he did.
Will the CIA director step down from his position? We'll have the answer coming up.
And City College says goodbye to a dedicated employee after 30 years of service.
And the big storm that hit Northern California is making its way to San Diego. We'll have weather forecasts coming up. Hello and welcome to this edition of Newscene. I'm Nate Holmes.
And I'm Elizabeth Baker.
And we begin this evening with some breaking news out of Portland, Oregon. Police are responding to reports of a shooting at Rosemary Anderson High School. 3 students were shot and taken to a local hospital. Police are searching for the 2 suspects that got away. The shooting is believed to be gang-related. We will keep you updated on this development story as details come in.
And the storm of the decade has hit Northern California. Heidi Alaga is in our weather center with the latest. Heidi, can you tell us what's going on out there?
Yes, Northern California is recovering today from a big storm that left many people home from both work and school. Take a look at these videos of the flooding. Guys were kayaking around the neighborhood. The city saw about 3 to 4 inches of rain. Over 200 flights were canceled from San Francisco International Airport. Traffic was bad on Highway 101. Cars stopped in the middle of the road, as you guys could see here. Workers working through that, trying to make conditions better on the streets. And at one point, the combination of the powerful winds and the battering rains left over 200,000 customers without power. But now that's been restored. Nonetheless, the storm has provided relief for California's multi-year drought. And now that the storm has passed Northern California, it's making its way down south. I'll have more on how it will be affecting us right here in San Diego later during the show. Back to you.
Oh, thank you so much.
And protests against police brutality continue around the U.S. This Saturday could mark the largest anti-violence protest in America since the death of Michael Brown and Eric Garner. Al Sharpton's organization and the NAACP has announced plans to support gatherings in New York City and Washington, D.C. Thousands are expected to participate in the national protest.
And a 43-year-old man was arrested Thursday evening after a standoff with police on the San Diego freeway. Daniel Perez led the CHP on a pursuit after a statewide Amber Alert that was issued Wednesday night. Perez is being held on suspicion of abducting his 4 children shortly after his wife's body was found in the trunk of the family car. Captain Luis Lopez has to say this regarding Perez's arrest.
Our detectives are in communication with the children in this case, and they have gathered some information. However, it would be premature for me to release it at this time. Of importance to us is building a timeline, not just from yesterday, but from the time that they were reported missing, last seen by family members, which was December 5th.
None of the children were injured, and they will be released to the LA County Department of Children and Family Services.
And the CIA has been the center of controversy this week after a shocking torture report was released. Angie Wright has the latest here in our newsroom.
Thank you, Nate. That's right. The CIA has been under the spotlight this week. On Tuesday, the Senate released a 528-page report detailing enhanced interrogation techniques, or EITs, used by the CIA. Techniques include mock executions and waterboarding. The Senate stated that the EITs did not lead to any reliable information, including the tip used in the killing of Osama bin Laden. The CIA received backlash from the report yesterday. And yesterday afternoon, in a news conference, the CIA Director John Brennan defended his agency.
Our reviews indicate that the detention and interrogation program produced useful intelligence that helped the United States thwart attack plans, capture terrorists, and save lives.
But Brennan did mention the mistakes made during interrogation, including agency officers using unauthorized techniques. Reactions are coming from all sides, including former Vice President Dick Cheney. Cheney attacked the report, saying it's a terrible piece of work and every action taken by the CIA is what is needed to be done to prevent further attacks. But others, like Democratic Senator Dianne Feinstein, are saying the torture mechanisms were not useful. She tweeted this here, saying yesterday the study definitively proves EITs did not lead to bin Laden. Critics critics want Brennan to resign, but for now, he says his agency is moving forward and he's going to continue to protect America.
Thank you, Angie. And a Portuguese man is the first arrest in a string of sexual assaults at San Diego State this semester. San Francisco de Souza is accused of sexually abusing a woman near the university campus. The location is the same address where another case was reported earlier this year. There have been numerous protests at San Diego State putting pressure on the university to end rape and sexual assault. The community has voluntarily suspended all activities in wake of these demonstrations. And there are some changes happening at SeaWorld. The CEO has announced he is stepping down. Jim Atchison says he is stepping down after a spark in moral controversy that caused a shift in finances at the park. The former CEO will walk away with $2.4 million. Last year's release of the movie Blackfish triggered a heavy response by animal rights activists. SeaWorld Entertainment reports attendance at the park has dropped by 500,000 visitors. SeaWorld also announced they are laying off 350 employees.
San Diego-based microchip maker Qualcomm has announced major layoffs. Qualcomm will be passing out pink slips to about 600 employees across the globe and 300 in California. The company has over 31,000 personnel worldwide, with 13,000 of those positions right here in San Diego. The company said it regularly makes evaluations to determine where it can be more efficient. This occasionally results in changing the size and scale of its workforce.
The popular car service Uber is in trouble after 3 countries have shut down the app. Uber was shut down in India after a driver was accused of raping a passenger. Spain and Thailand are also shutting down the service because Uber does not require drivers to have insurance and registration to operate commercial vehicles. The lawsuits are even making its way to California. 2 counties are suing the company for misleading safety practices.
And the House has passed a bill to give state and federal agencies approval to send more water to California's Farm Belt. It would be a temporary measure that would transfer water from northern rivers and reservoirs to farms with acres of land that have gone unplanted this year. At this point, the Senate will unlikely approve the bill, as White House advisors have already advised President Obama to veto the bill if it reaches his desk.
Some major changes are coming to San Diego Unified School District. The Board of Education approved to change schools in the district from a year-round academic schedule to a traditional one. The $12 million plan will shift to 54 year-round schools in the district within the next 4 years. The changes will be implemented in 15 schools starting next year. The shift will benefit parents with more than 1 child and military families who often move.
And 2 new buildings are now open at San Diego City College. This includes the new modular Arts and Humanities building along with the new Business and Technology building. The $94 million project has been highly anticipated by both students and staff.
These buildings represent new technology and new space that we haven't had at City College in some cases for 100 years. I mean, we have been, for arts and humanities, we have been spread out all across the campus for many, many years in old facilities and facilities in need of repair. And so for us to move into this new building that everything is new and advanced technology and we're all in it together, it's created a great sense of community and given us an opportunity to really take our programs forward.
And the new building is also a food pantry feeding the homeless students attending City College.
A City College employee is starting a new chapter in his life after serving 3 decades as a custodian. Dallas Ontiveros has the story.
For the last 30 years, City College has seen students and professors come and go, but there's been one person who has seen it all, David Villarreal.
O sea, mantener limpio es lo principal.
David did not only dedicate his time to his job, but also to City College students.
Pues el progreso que ha habido aquí, tantos jóvenes que han empezado aquí a estudiar y que luego se gradúan, se van a la universidad. Me gusta verlos, me gusta encontrármelos y volver a platicar con ellos.
We asked David why he's been at City College for the last 3 decades, and it's all because one quote he lives by.
El que no nace para servir, no sirve para vivir. Pues que uno debe estar siempre dispuesto a servir, a colaborar. a ayudar, a auxiliar.
After 3 decades of his time, David Villarreal leaves City College with a special message.
Pues yo pienso que lo que puedo decir, le puedo recomendar a todos es que estudien, se preparen para que pues destaquen, para que vivan muy bien, para que sus hijos también estudien. Quiero agradecer yo a todos mis compañeros, a mis jefes, la paciencia que me tuvieron, de que hay días que viene uno medio desgastado, medio malhumorado, y de todo corazón yo sí les pido disculpas y que siempre los voy a tener en mi corazón.
Reporting for Newscene, Dallas Ontiveros.
A very interesting story, and we wish him a happy retirement.
And the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge made a quick visit to America. More on how they spent their 3 days in New York.
And a battle between two division rivals in the NFL last night. We have all the highlights in sports coming up next.
Dad's home!
Yeah. The smallest moment.
Prince William and Kate are back in England after a 3-day visit to New York City. During their quick trip, Prince William met with President Obama, First Lady Hillary Clinton, and also made a quick stop at the Empire State Building. And for a fun night out, the royals were seen attending a Brooklyn Nets game where they met music royalty Jay-Z and Beyonce. On Tuesday, they visited the September 11 memorial, and later that night, they attended a gala benefiting the university where they met.
The Nobel Peace Prize has been awarded to the youngest person ever. On Wednesday, Malala Yousafzai was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize for advocating the right to education for young girls. Malala is just 17 years old. She survived a near-fatal attack by the Taliban in 2012. Also honored was Kailash Sattari. He gave up his career as an electrical engineer to campaign against child labor.
And for the first time ever, Time magazine has chosen a group rather than a person of the year. Those who fought Ebola are Time magazine's Persons of the Year for 2014. The magazine's explanation for the award is to carefully point out that it wasn't just the tireless work of international organizations, but also the bravery of local healthcare providers, many of whom have paid their efforts with their lives. The issue carries 5 covers, each featuring an Ebola fighter who worked on the ground in West Africa, including American doctor Kent Brantley.
60 forgotten vintage cars were discovered in a Western France garage. The Balton collection included classic names such as Bugatti, Maserati, and Ferrari. Frenchman Roger Ballon bought the property in 1953 to store the cars and open an automobile museum. Amongst the collection buried under newspapers was a 1961 Ferrari 250 GT. Only 400 of these cars exist around the world. And the NFL is endorsing a new personal conduct policy in response to many domestic violence abuse cases. Joshua Lipton is here with sports. Hey, Josh.
Hi, thank you, Nate. Yes, you are right. NFL owners have unanimously approved a revised personal conduct policy effective immediately. The new policy applies to all NFL owners, coaches, players, team employees, league staff, and it comes on the heels of the Ray Rice and Adrian Peterson cases involving domestic violence. It was announced Wednesday, and Roger Goodell had this to say.
The policy is comprehensive, it is strong, it is tough, and it is better for everyone associated with the NFL.
The new policy, NFL clubs are obligated to promptly report any potential violation of the policy and must fully cooperate with any related law enforcement and NFL investigation. And now moving on to NFL action, the NFC West leader Arizona Cardinals were in St. Louis taking on the St. Louis Rams. Here in the first quarter, Rams up 3 with the ball. Trey Mason, well, he takes the handoff, oops, loses it. Cardinals recover, get a field goal on that. on that turnover. 5 minutes left in the half. Cardinals up 6-3. Second-string quarterback Drew Stanton scrambling finds Larry Fitzgerald over the middle for the first down. That is Fitzgerald's 900th career catch of his 900th catch of his career. That is a milestone for him. Later on in the third quarter, you'll see here Drew Stanton couldn't get away this time, gets sacked and injured. He left with they thought it was going to be worse. He got carted off, but it's turned out that it's just a strained knee, which that means that SDSU alum Ryan Lindley got to finish the game at quarterback, but he wasn't needed as Arizona wins it with all field goals. Final score 12-3, and Arizona's headed to the playoffs. Baseball, however, may be months away, but the Padres are active in the trade market. They have traded catcher Yasmani Grandal along with 2 pitchers to the Dodgers for outfielder Matt Kemp. Kemp has been hindered with injuries and is coming off a 2014 season where he hit 17 of his 25 home runs after the All-Star break. The Padres hope Kemp can bring some offensive firepower after a dismal 2014 season where the Padres finished last in many offensive categories. The video you just saw there, that was the one bright spot in the 2014 Padres season. Their broadcaster, Dick Enberg, Baseball's Hall of Fame has announced Wednesday that Enberg is the 39th winner of the Ford C. Frick Award for Excellence in Broadcasting. The La Jolla native joins Jerry Coleman as the second Padres broadcaster to win the award. Enberg will be honored during the Hall of Fame presentation on July 25th in Cooperstown, New York. On to the NBA. King James and his Cleveland Cavs in Oklahoma to face the Thunder, who are finally healthy with KD back and Russell Westbrook back from injuries. Cavs looking good early as Kyrie Irving gets this steal from KD. You'll see it right here. Kyrie Irving grabs the ball, takes it coast to coast. Little layup, up and under layup. Scott Brooks, coach of the OKC Thunder, not looking too happy. OKC down 10 early in the second period, and Kevin Durant drives down the lane for the easy lay-in. OKC now up 1 with 2 minutes in the half, and Westbrook with the monster jam, igniting the crowd right at the end of the second half, but that's not enough as Dion Waiters, with 3 seconds left, hits a baseline 3 to tie the game at half, 47 apiece. Cavs keep it close. However, as Kyrie Irving hits this layup to make it 95-90, but KD will close it all out as he backs down Kyrie Irving. Fadeaway jumper, in your face, swoosh. OKC goes on to win 103-94. It's good to see them back in full form. And our play of the week this week comes from the Amway Center in Orlando, the Magic hosting the Wizards. There's 0.8 seconds left on the clock. You don't see this very often. Game tied. Washington's Andre Miller with the lob from out of bounds. And who is that? That is Bradley Beal, who uses a step ladder to get up on top, get the tip in, get the 2-point win at the buzzer. Numerous looks at that. The Washington Wizards go on to win 91-89. You can see that's amazing catch, or amazing tip-in, amazing win. Go Wizards. And I just want to give a quick congratulations to the City College Knights men's basketball team for winning the 9th annual Knights Invitational. And also don't forget about the Chargers game this Sunday. In a must-win against a divisional leader, Denver, they have their work cut out for them as Denver has won 4 of the last 5 in San Diego. Game time is 1:05. Go Bolts. Back to you ladies at the desk.
Thank you so much, Josh. And coming up after the break, we will have the most popular things to do in San Diego for the holidays.
And find out who's new to the 2015 Emmys nominees list. Dita Quinones has the entertainment coming up.
It's on us to stop sexual assault.
To get in the way before it happens.
To get a friend home safe.
And to not blame the victim.
It's on us.
To look out for each other.
To not look the other way. It's on us to stand up.
To step in.
To take responsibility.
It's on us, all of us.
To stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
No more, it's none of my business.
No more, he didn't mean it.
No more, not my problem.
No more, she was flirting with him.
No more, she was asking for it.
No more, boys will be boys.
No more, I'll say something next time.
No more bystanding.
No more ignorance.
No more excuses.
No more.
And if you're looking for something fun to do this holiday season, we got you covered.
Yes, coming up, we have the most popular things to do around the county for the holidays.
Alrighty, let's begin with some snowflakes will be falling in the Gaslamp. Pecos Park Winter Wonderland will be open 3 consecutive weekends. Unfortunately, because of the rain, Pecos Park won't be open tonight, but there will be some wonderful attractions. People can come and explore things like Santa's Workshop and Candyland. Guests can check out the 40-foot Christmas tree with nearly 16,000 lights and over 250 ornaments. Kids will be able to meet Santa, feed his reindeer, build a snowman, and even go sledding down a hill.
And the San Diego Zoo rings in the holiday season this weekend by welcoming its annual Jingle Bell celebration. A wild wonderland awaits as Santa and his elves return to their stage inside the urban jungle. Come enjoy the beautiful light exhibits as park hours are extended, giving guests the opportunity to see the exotic animals after dark. From plays to twinkle light trolley rides, there is a variety of seasonal entertainment to choose from. You can even visit with Santa himself and have photos taken with a jolly old elf inside an elaborate igloo. Jungle Bells opens this Saturday and lasts through January 4th.
And it just isn't the holidays without the Grinch and some classical ballet. The Old Globe Theater is putting on the 17th consecutive year of How the Grinch Stole Christmas. The musical show is not only about the Grinch's transformation from bad to good, but about his bond with Cindy Lou Who and realizing the Who's don't need presents to celebrate the holidays. Another show that you can see is the Nutcracker at the Civic Theater. Audiences from all ages can enjoy the show. The musical story is with the musical has a live orchestra, so that should be fun.
Some of Hollywood's finest woke up to really good news. Dita Quinones has the latest.
Thank you, Elizabeth. I have the latest in entertainment. Bill Cosby continues to be embroiled in scandals. Supermodel Beverly Johnson is the latest woman to make claims against the comedian. Johnson wrote a tell-all in the latest Vanity Fair that Cosby drugged her at his home in the 1980s. She was invited for a third interview to his home to discuss a possible role on the Cosby Show. According to Johnson, Cosby spiked her coffee. By the second sip, she knew she had been drugged. The supermodel says she was fuming mad and fought him off. Cosby wasn't having it, so he put her in a cab. Needless to say, she never got booked for the role. Johnson is famously known for being the first black model to grace the cover of Vogue magazine. Cosby's attorneys remain silent. And the Golden Globe nominees are, yes, it's that wonderful time of the year in Hollywood when the cream of the crop in television and film are handpicked. The 72nd annual awards were announced yesterday morning. New to the list and major contenders in the game are Jane the Virgin's Gina Rodriguez and How to Get Away with Murder, Viola Davis, and Birdman from Mexican director Alejandro Iñárritu is flying high with 7 nominations. Amy Poehler and Tina Fey will host the ceremony for the 3rd time and will air January 11, 2015 on NBC. This week marks the 2-year anniversary of Banda superstar Jenny Rivera's death. The Grammy-nominated Mexican-American singer and reality star died in a tragic plane crash on December 9, 2012. She sold over 15 million albums worldwide and even has a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. The beloved singer's reality show continues in its 4th year broadcasting. Reruns on Mundos. Her fans will say she will never be forgotten. Protesters took over Hollywood Boulevard speaking out against police brutality. Grammy-winning singer Kevin McCall and Tyrese Gibson used their celebrity further their cause. Hashtag Blackout Hollywood.
System continues to fail us. We are not here to call 911 to be murdered. We call 911 to protect us from being murdered.
Protesters were all black and walked with their arms chanting, "Hands up, don't shoot," and "I can't breathe," symbolizing Eric Garner and Michael Brown, the 2 black men who were killed by police officers. In both cases, grand juries declined to bring charges against the officers. Hashtag Blackout Hollywood is also calling for the boycott of holiday shopping.
Thank you so much, Dita.
You're welcome.
The fight for justice continues. Seeing celebrities out on the streets with the people is such a powerful thing.
Gift giving is hard.
Gift giving is an art.
What do you give the person who's got everything? I wanted to do something different.
I wanted to surprise him.
Remember looking at the card and saying,
What's this?
I was like, I got you chickens.
We gave my father-in-law some ducks.
Oh, I'm really getting a goat, and you start making plans to build a gate in your backyard.
I gave her a heifer.
You're giving me a cow for my birthday?
A cow, some goats, and some chickens. I was so happy.
They're not coming to my house, right?
I thought a swarm of bees were going to arrive at the house. And then she explained Heifer International, and I started to cry.
Gifts like this change lives.
A farm animal helps families in hunger.
So they can raise their own food.
Children have medicine.
Women have a voice.
Give different.
Christmas, Valentine's Day, Hanukkah, whatever you want.
Give a family life.
It's more than a gift.
It's the best gift I ever gave.
All right, it's been a rainy day in San Diego.
Oh, I know, so unexpected.
Yeah, so I mean, I got up earlier this morning. The rain, it wasn't raining yet, but it's about 7 o'clock. That's when it started to come down, and the roads got slick, and
It's a good break.
So now we're just going to toss to Heidi. She's going to give us a little bit more about our forecast. Hi, Heidi.
Hey, guys. Yes, let's take a look at the temperatures all across the nation. You see in our state right here, California, looking mid-50s for tonight. If you go across, the highest temperature, 76 degrees in Texas. And up here, mid-30s up in the East Coast. And also, we're going to be experiencing some rain here in California. You can see that, but that's it. I'm going to have to send it back to you guys, and thanks.
And that's it for this edition of News Scene. I'm Nate Holmes.
And I'm Elizabeth Baker. Thank you so much for joining us.